Alright, so here we go again, episode 2 of the Pompey Revival, the Portsmouth road to, rebirth, coming back to life and overcoming their fall to the depths and the doom of administration. But anyway, I was thinking today, what could I do to make this team more competitive and more even and balanced? And I thought, I got to get back to the transfer market and maybe look at my budget allocation, and I realized I'm not going to be buying anybody for the long term, and I'm not going to be getting anybody of real value for the couple $100,000 I had left in my transfer budget. So I messed around with the allocation and I went back into the free agency, looking around. Didn't really work out with free agents. There was really nothing better than what I got, so it occurred to me that I should be looking at loan players. Now I know with a loan, you only have them for 1 year. There's the option to buy, but obviously I'm looking for some players that are better than what I would probably be able to afford after this first year without a buyout altogether. So I wasn't planning these loans with the fact that I'm going to do a financial takeover in mind. I wanted to get somebody young from a good team, so someone who doesn't have a huge salary but is coming from a team that is renowned and recognizes their potential. So I settled on this guy right here, central attacking mid from Borussia Dortmund. German powerhouse team. 68 rated overall only, but he's young, pretty quick and agile. And the reason why I wanted to focus on a midfielder was because I'm looking to change formations, and I like using the center attacking mid and get them involved in the play as kind of like a third striker almost. So I wasn't really looking for a striker. Second on the docket was looking for a defender, and as you saw right there, I put in a loan offer for a guy from Roma. Roma Zagli, I believe his name was. Roma Gnali, whatever. I'm not even sure what it was, but basically I put the loan offers in, hoping to get lucky with them. Center back or defensive line in general is where I was kind of lacking with support, so I was really hoping to pull him in. One of my center backs is rated in the 50s, and I definitely wanted to get him on the bench. But put those in and got onto the Capital One Cup first round against Derby County. Now Derby County, they've fallen from grace of late. They were in the Premiership, 2008-ish or something like that, after winning the playoff in 07. Yeah, 07 it was. And so they've fallen back down. They're back in the championship, and even though they've kind of lost some of their power from the last couple of years, they're a championship team, and I figured I was going to have my work set out for me. I kind of wish I got those those loan requests in a little bit earlier, so I could possibly have had those players on the bench for this game or starting for this game. But just kind of went with what I had and hope for the best. It was a pretty even game. The stats were, pretty even aside from possession, and that's where they controlled me, and that's where I thought that I was in trouble. Not much happened in the first half of this game. And I figured I was going to get FIFA'd eventually. Derby, it doesn't matter if they don't have offensive threats. FIFA makes them offensive threats in many occasions. And I kind of figured that they were going to have to score at some point. So basically, right from the get-go, I'm just trying to play defense and hold them. Maybe take 1 or 2 opportunities, capitalize, and maybe squeak out a victory. Although, to tell you the truth, I really wasn't expecting it at any point. And so they got a couple opportunities in the first half. I was really limited in the first half in general. I really didn't do much. And it wasn't until the second half where the team perked up a little bit. My keeper made a couple good saves. Defenseman made a couple nice plays on ball, and really limited their space in the middle of the net, which is really where the FIFA AI likes to take things. They pass the ball around the outside of the box pretty unrealistically. I do tweak the AI slightly, and it has helped. I do see that the AI takes more shots from outside of the box, usually with the better teams and the better higher skilled players. But every once in a while they surprise me and take a crazy shot. As far as corners are concerned, I've done a good job so far in the few games I've played of not conceding. I know they're overpowered as hell in this. And the way I've learned to deal with them is just, instead of heading the ball out of the box, is try and kick it out of the box. Clear that thing to midfield every single time. It'll really limit your frustrations, and it'll keep you from wanting to kill yourself, basically, which is, see what I did there. So I get one little chance at the end of the first half. Nothing impressive, nothing really threatening, and that's just where it ends. So, like I said before, at this point I'm kind of thinking about penalties. That's exactly how far I was thinking, you know, penalties. And the truth is I don't have a single guy above like 63 rating on penalty taking, so that's not even a guarantee. But it is more of a coin flip than letting a better skilled team, control the field in the second half. As I mentioned, I did get some more offensive opportunities in the second half, and that's when I kind of realized, maybe I have a shot. I was starting to move away from my previous theory of, hey, I'm going to probably get ran over. I do put Williamson on a little earlier than I expected to. He was my goal scorer in the last match. He's got some speed, and I wanted to get him in there before the 60th minute as opposed to between the 60th and 70th minutes, just to get that extra offensive firepower in there. Here's where the match takes a turn, and this kind of surprises me because I'm rarely the beneficiary of grace from FIFA 13 or FIFA in general, but I do make a break here. My striker manages to outrun the defender, and he gets pulled down in the box. Richie Keogh came in from Coventry last season for Derby. Skipper Keogh, he gets carded. Probably a fair call. I don't think it really deserved a red. And I take one of my 60 rated penalty takers, our captain, Howard, and step up to the 12-yard spot. And, I get kind of lucky here. Again, this is really a game about luck sometimes, and that's what I get. Keeper guesses right, and, he misses. I got really lucky. From the moment I struck that ball, I figured, I'm screwed. And after that, they're going to come back and score their goal, and they're going to take the game, and I'm going to be out in the first round. But no, it didn't happen like that. Now, even though I consider myself pretty lucky at this point, I was really kind of thrilled to be ahead, especially in the second half, relatively late, final third of the game. I realized that FIFA still has a say in this. So I'm thinking, now it's time to buckle down. I bumped it down to balanced on the on the strategies, moved back to possession. They got an opportunity, which my goalie made a great save on, and to spoil it, that was really their final, really threatening opportunity. They make a sub, but shortly after that, Jarvis hits in a beautiful cross, and my newly signed free agent paying off 5,000, 4,000, something like that, maybe even less. I might be thinking about these new loaners, but cheap guy, free agent, free signing, and he puts it home, and that made me smile a little bit. He got up in the air, got his head on the ball, and perfectly placed header. Couldn't have done it better myself. Well, I definitely couldn't have done it better myself. I haven't played, the sport since I was in grammar school, so that's the end of that. Game hits the 90th minute, and it ends just right there, and I'm on to the second round, which I do believe is against Sheffield Wednesday. They upset somebody in the first round. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. It wasn't Bolton, although Bolton did get upset. I think Bolton got upset by Bristol City. Wolves lost to somebody. It might have actually been to Sheffield Wednesday, so that might have been it. Wolves got upset by Sheffield Wednesday. And that's who I see in the second round. So even though they're kind of a weaker side than Derby is, they've beaten a team that's definitely better than Derby. So I have my work cut out for me in the second game. I'll pop the stats up here. You can see everything was pretty even except for possession. They, of course, had that pivotal penalty call in the 66th minute or so, and that's where the game took its turn. And I was just pleased not to concede here and into the second round clean. I think getting to the second round with this team right now is already beating expectations. So 2 for 2 so far in this career mode, and stay tuned for episode 3. It's coming up pretty soon. Thanks.